This is Teddy weighing 86. I look super small. Look at my frame. Look at my shoulder. Look how small my shoulders look. Oh my gosh. I gotta work on that. But what's up, everyone? I haven't been live in forever. So it's sick to see everyone back again. This journey is crazy. I've been a content creator since 2019, mainly doing TikToks, doing dumb stuff in my bed, scrolling. Dude, I'll be coming up at the 7-year mark at the end of the year. Man, it's been a journey. I haven't really figured out the streaming thing yet, but I'm kind of inspired to kind of take a look at it again. And I wanted to talk a little bit about, just some different topics, I guess, that's been on my mind. It's so weird seeing myself, but, I've been seeing a lot of vertical video dramas on TikTok lately, and I've seen like the evolution of vertical videos, these drama series, and I saw that like TikTok put out an app that also has like vertical videos. I think that's currently the big thing. So whatever happens in China, I tend to kind of like, expect the same thing to happen in the US and elsewhere, like within 6 to 12 months at least. But that's just me. Man. So I've been seeing, and the algorithm is extremely aggressive. Like if I watch like one of these, I get like 100 of them, sometimes from the same channel, and I have to like keep scrolling in order to kind of get away from like whatever I'm looking at. So I have no idea what I'm talking about. All right. Also, like Korean culture has gone through an interesting journey. I've been a huge fan of K-pop since I was like 12 or 13. And, I've been watching a lot of K-pop stuff. Grew up like listening to Sotaeji, Untitled, HOT. So if you're an OG like me listening to K-pop in 7th grade in 1997, 6th grade 96, then you will know what I'm talking about. Like it's super old school. And for those coming in, I am a 42-year-old. Am I 42? Hold on, how old am I? I was born in 1983. It is 2026, so I guess that makes me 43. Am I 43? I'll be 43 in December 28th, which makes me 42. Yeah, so I'm a 42-year-old content creator, and when I say that, it's a little weird because, a lot of people are corporate people, or like there's not many of us just independently making content. And it's a weird and isolating, neither do I want to call it a profession, because being a content creator, it's like you get paid when you get paid and you starve when you starve. And that's just what it is. So, but I'm in a different pair of shoes than a lot of you. A lot of you are young and kind of starting out, but there's some of you who are kind of like me, who's been trying to make it. So it's like, I've been working at it for 7 years. I would say my career, my thing hasn't even started yet. I wonder if my hairline's okay, man. Like I have been, look at that. Look at my hairline. That is crazy, bro. That is crazy. So I've been trying to work on, just trying to, I was really hooked on coffee for a while. Got one of those Nespresso machines. And I've been like pumping out like 1 to 3 shots of those like every day. And you know what I like to do is, by the way, I tried to use goat milk once for my latte, and that was a huge mistake. Maybe some of you like it, but dude, that did not work for me. That was a nightmare. And I tried to use goat milk, which is pretty funny. It was like the worst tasting latte I've ever made. And it tasted like it came out of a butthole. I don't know how to explain it, man. But it was the worst tasting latte I've made. The best tasting lattes I've made were like with coconut milk. Like straight up. It was so good. And it's so creamy. And when you mix it with the espresso shots, like you get like a huge punch, but you also get like this homey comfort food vibe. And what I like to say is, like, when I cook a meal, I'm really cooking 2 meals, because the latte itself is another meal, if you think about it. I actually want to put my thing closer up. Hold on. All right, so I've got my little, this is my little Ulanzi, it's like a little thing, but I have my phone on this stand, which is great. It's just not high enough for this camera that I'm using right now. So I'm kind of like sitting a foot from my desk, so hopefully it doesn't shake when I move this, but there we go. So I want to stick my camera there just so I could see my topics. And what I like to do is I like to put my topics in my iPhone. You know, kind of have it like a little bit off to the side, so when I look at my notes, I'm not looking away from the camera lens. Because like that's a huge issue that I'm finding when I'm recording this, is like I've got my monitor here, so I could see myself here, and I have a small monitor on my FX3, so I can see myself there and there. And I minimized my tray on my live on Twitch on my phone, so I can see myself with 3 monitors, right? So I'm fine with like, okay, am I actually live? I'm fine. But when it comes to my notes, I don't want to have my notes down here, and I don't want my eyeballs to move down here. I want to try to keep my eyes like at the frame, so it looks like I'm talking to you, you know? So Korean culture, I find it's a very... By the way, the first time I went to Seoul was in 2024, again in 2025. Or no, I went to Korea twice in 2024. I loved it so much that I went to Korea 2 times in 2024. And I would say that was my favorite. Probably up there with Japan. Like, I really had a good time. Korea, I went to Hongdae. I went to Gwangjam, you know, however you pronounce it, like Nandaemun, and yeah, it was really great. Loved Korea. Korean pastries are incredible, as well as their coffees, which are everywhere. It's a huge coffee drinking culture there. Love the morning markets. Love eating at those, you know, those old auntie soul food restaurants that are everywhere in these, you know, in these morning markets. Packaging kimchi in boxes in the alleyway. So good. And yeah, Korean culture really took over recently with K-pop Demon Hunters on Netflix. But they've been really dominating for a long time if you look at the K-dramas and how all the other countries kind of walked in the footsteps of K-dramas to try and dethrone K-dramas, but like I think K-dramas is still king, man. It's really, I used to watch it in the 2000s, like Coffee Prince, you know, Winter Sonata, the old school days. But I'm giving away my age. I even told you how old I was, but like, I think Korean culture took over, and it's still, but has it peaked? I'm not sure. I think it's still progressing, but it's kind of branched off into music and filmmaking. No, but music's always been a huge part of Korean exports. I'd say, but K-pop Demon Hunters, I wonder what country the animation studios were from, though. I would say K-pop is still dominating, but it's like it's evolved, right? So I don't think it's actually quite peaked yet. I think music-wise, it's still evolving. It's still like becoming more international, more English-speaking, and kind of catering more to a global audience than it was before, when it was like purely, hey, what's up, Futeki? Good to see you, man. We got one person in the comments. But you see, how do you know if the comments are people and not robots? I guess I have to ask them a human question. You know, like, hey, tell me your favorite food and drink, and when you were eating that and drinking that, what memory do you have of that? Like your favorite memory of what you were eating and drinking. Maybe I'm the one who kept telling you about games, especially Metroidvania. Yeah, I remember. Wait, what Metroidvania game should I play? Maybe I should play some. But I like these like talking to talking. Maybe you can give me some topics. Or yeah, sure. I could definitely play. I have Ori. I have 2 Ori games. It's just sitting there in my Steam account. I have so many games that I just like, if I see, oh, you know, Resident Evil has like this sale, and I buy like a bunch of Resident Evil games, or like Square Enix is having a sale, and I go crazy when I see those because they're like, oh, 67% off, 80% off. It's so insane. What do you think of Michael 2026? What is that? Is that a game? What do you think of Michael? Who's Michael? Like Halloween Michael? Like that. So I was just talking about like Korean culture, K-drama, Korean food, and how Korean culture took over in the 2020s. K-pop Demon Hunter, Blackpink. Blackpink is definitely, it's still killing it because like the members kind of like did their own thing, and they went even more global and even more English speaking, and it's like, dude, I'm pretty impressed with what Blackpink has done in terms of like diversifying the styles and individually like furthering the global influence in like English speaking music. Like it's pretty neat. But Korean music has always been good. Michael, the biopic film. I haven't seen it. Biopic means like a biography, right? I'm guessing that's what it means. But if you're saying Michael Jackson, yeah, I love Michael Jackson. Like I've been since the I think before his death, I've been listening to a lot of his music when I was in elementary school and middle school. I watched a lot of his videos. My favorite one is Smooth Criminal. Annie, are you okay? Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Annie, are you? By the way, how's my video and audio quality? I have to end the stream and I have to like rewatch my video in order to kind of know how my quality is. So, perfecto? Okay, cool. But yeah, Michael Jackson is pretty sick. Thriller was a really good one. The Thriller dance, I think, and the Smooth Criminal dance, in terms of legacy, he left. Oh, thank you. Audio, video, perfect. Awesome. It took me a while to use, AI and asking it like, hey, how do I get the best OBS settings? So I've got my little OBS open. So But yeah. What part of the world are you guys from? I don't even know how many people are here right now. Maybe one, maybe two, maybe none, maybe three. You never know in these streams. You're Saudi. Okay, that's cool. Saudi Arabia. One of the countries that I'd like to go to. Eat some Middle Eastern food. Speaking of pop in general. Michael Jackson, I think he's one of the greatest artists of all time. But that's for someone who was born in 1983. So if you were born earlier than me, you'd have a different opinion. Maybe. Because everyone wants to live forever in their art, in their music. Not everyone gets to live long enough to kind of make the songs they want to make when they're older because they passed away earlier. Like, there's been a lot of musicians lately who've just been passing away left and right. It's just insane. And they live fast, and life passed them fast, I guess. I mean, some of them, let's see, the entire K-pop training system which BTS mastered is built on the blueprint. Oh, really? Is that... Okay. I mean, would you say that goes for all of, like, music in general? That, Michael Jackson, he kind of instigated or initiated that line of dancing and singing? Or even performance in general? Oh, wow, interesting. I didn't know that. That's neat. Yeah, Michael Jackson is great. I don't listen to him that much. I don't listen to music that much, surprisingly. I don't know that many people that listen to music today. Because no, it's an interesting observation, I mean, cuz we can't name it's hard for people to name the musicians before that influence pop culture these days. Because either the music scene is evolving and diversifying so fast. Like, my favorite music right now is like mashups. Like live music DJ mashups. And you see the crowd behind them, and like you never know like what song the DJ is gonna mix with another song. But I've been listening, like, if it's outside of live music, if it's like YouTube music, for example, I listen to a lot of dungeon synth. So I don't know if you know dungeon synth. It's a slow, hard, concentrated, and heavy genre. And it's like, you have Dino synth, which I really love. You've got like, there's a lot of different synths. Retro synth. Like synthesizer, short form. Shorthand, I mean. But I would just put on dungeon synth and I would edit my videos and I would look through things on X while I'm listening to it. It's like a slow and heavy EDM. And it's not for the... I don't want to say faint of heart, but like it's not for people who have ADHD. Like, it's for people who are just gonna like settle down and just get in their head for hours. And it's just like if I could use my mouth to imitate dungeon synth, it's like zoom, doom, doom. It's like, it's very primitive. Like boom, 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 dun, 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 boom, boom, zoom, zoom. I sound so stupid, but like, you know what I mean. It's very heavy. So DUNGEONSYNTH, dungeon synth. It's a very small niche, super small subset of EDM that combines like medieval, like it's very medieval and it's very primitive instruments with modern electronic instruments. It's just so weird, but like I'm really into it, and I actually make a lot of my own dungeon synth on Suno, the AI music platform. Like, and it's, by the way, I think in terms of like, you know, the Overton window, I'm not sure what that means, but like AI music, I think passed the uncanny valley a long time ago, and a lot of what you hear is probably AI, but you don't realize it. So I feel that way with images and music, and video is like it's happening more and more. So I think video is gonna completely pass the uncanny valley by 2027. So we have like 5 months until the video space completely. You watch it, you have no idea it's AI. By the way, I'm gonna hold my dog up because she's I think she's like. Okay, well, my dog is really. So I have a dog named. Hold on. Ah, there she is. There. Oh wait. Here she is. She was like, kind of like. Hold on. There we go. Her name is Nom Nom. Let me smell her feet. It smells okay. Maybe she's licking it. Sometimes you never know. So I love my dogs. I have 3 dogs. Yeah, I've had her for almost a year. Nom Nom, as in like you're eating food. But you know, Taiwan has a really huge dog culture here. People love dogs. It's like one of those places where like you see people pushing dogs in strollers. Okay, I think it's a little over the top for me, you know. But like I love dogs, and you know, I've loved dogs since I was like a young age, but I never raised them until 2010 or 11, and I was seeing a therapist back then. Yeah, sure. Give me any unpopular content. I mean, not content, but like any unpopular comment. I don't mind. I'm down. I'm game. But like, I think my first dog saved my life because I was depressed. I was seeing a therapist and I was in my head a lot. And then just coming back home, seeing my dog, holding her, petting her, looking into her eyes, her looking into my eyes. And it's like a silent therapy. Like, I really think if you're depressed and you get a dog, you'll be good. You'll be okay, you know? Pretty fast. Like, that happened to me really. Like, that turnover was really huge. Yeah, cats. Okay. Cats for the win. I love, you know, there's a cafe in Tainan, the city I'm in right now, in Taiwan, where they have like a bunch of cats. You just take off your shoes. There's like a safety door, and you walk in, and it's like so many cats everywhere, cats all over the walls, like real cats too. And you would order your coffee, your cookie, and you know, while you wait, you can pet the cats, and they've got like directions like saying like, hey, don't like, you know, feed the cats anything messed up. Don't like, you know. Yeah, this is my little doggo here. But yeah, cats. I thought about raising cats. I thought about buying cats or adopting them from the street, but I don't know. Like, if my dogs would accept it. Like, unless it's a baby cat. Like, if it's a baby cat, I think my dogs would be fine. But if it's like an adult cat, I don't know. That tends to be the case, you know. You want to raise them when they're young. Like, my first dog, I think we took her in before she was 1. My second dog, we took him in, when he was still a kid too. This one, again, less than 1 years old. So, you know, when you hold them, it's like, you know, they have healing, comforting qualities. I can't explain it. I had to put her down, man. Her nails were getting a little too crazy. So let me just refocus myself. Yeah. So, yeah, you know, animals have healing qualities. It cured me of my depression. I think I still have like moments where I've been making content for so long that I forgot what it's like to be a normal person. So when I go out, I'm very introverted when I go out, and maybe like, hey, maybe I could try to be a little more extroverted this year. You know, maybe I could try, try some new things because I'm locked in my studio like all day and night, every day, 20 like every waking hour. yeah, an introvert. I mean, introverts have their. Just because you're introvert, it doesn't mean you're not talkative. It just means that like you're just in your head a lot. At least I am. And when I'm in my head a lot, I can get carried away. I escape sometimes into the video game. You know, I play a lot of 7 Days to Die, whatever. And I kind of like soak in my own suspension. Like, I suspend all life and just like play my game. Not because I don't know if it's a type of procrastination, but I know that like I'm not being lazy. Because like whenever I play a game, it's like I'm pulling back a slingshot. You know? And the longer I play, the further I pull. And the further I pull, the moment I let go, I'm gonna be making like 10, 20 videos. So like I know like the longer I play a game, the more I know, oh my gosh, like it's kind of stressful because like the longer I play, the more stressed I get. Cause I know like by the time I end this, I'm gonna be playing I'm gonna be making a crap load of videos. You know? So it's not like I'm just playing because I'm lazy and I'm a good for nothing, whatever. Yeah, sometimes I get carried away a little bit sometimes, but like there's always a slingshot effect where like, yeah, I make like 10, 20 videos like the next day or whatever after playing a long session. Like today, I uploaded like 20 videos on one of my accounts, like in two segments. It's insane, 10 videos at a time. Simple definition, introverts in general receive energy while oscillated. On the other hand, extroverts getting their energy by socializing. Introverts love these activities, as you mentioned. Yeah, I mean, editing videos is like a very solitary endeavor. Like I'm just in my studio and I'm just like clicking and I'm cutting all day. Or I'm filming, you know? I'm just kind of making content and just making jokes. But it's like, hey, there's no one in here. Like, I usually don't record. Like, look, unless my dog is here. I mean, I only accept my dog being here when I record. Because I don't want to, like, scream into the mic and have people next to me going deaf. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you've watched my content, but, like, I get a little loud sometimes. And so I tend to not want to be around people when I do that, but like in terms of live streaming, what kind of brought me back was I want to be a different kind of live streamer. Like I don't want to be a performative live streamer where I'm performing authenticity. I'm performing being genuine. And I see a lot of like I don't want to call it fake authenticity because they have to pay the bills. They have to make every moment matter. Like even now I'm being performative. So hypocritically, I'm being a hypocrite because right now I'm watching myself in the monitor. I'm seeing how I look, how I act, how I sound. But like going live, like I would love to just be a different kind of live streamer, but I don't know how yet. But it's definitely something I'm exploring because you can't trust anything you see now. I've been fooled a couple times with the AI content that I see that I didn't know was AI until I looked through a couple of their videos on their profile. But when I see them on the For You page, I'm like, wow, this person looks pretty cool. Let's check them out. And then boom, they're AI. And it's like, if you can fake authenticity, if people are connecting with these videos too, which is the crazy part, like an old man giving advice. They use like an old man's face, and then they probably use AI to make the script. And since Fable came out and Claude, Soul 5.6 came out in ChatGPT. Kimi just came out in China. So it's like every day there's some explosion advanced script writing upgrade where they can write better than us. And it's like, okay, well, how can I be someone different? So it's like, hey, I'm going to re-explore this and I'm going to see if I can, I have to have a reason. Like, the longer you do this, the more difficult it gets, unless there's a reason that keeps you moving forward. So I'm very bombastic in my normal videos. So if like people watch me from those videos, they're not going to recognize who I am, even though I've got the same face, but they can't relate to me as much because I'm not the crazy guy they're used to, which I'm wrestling with. Like, hey, let's put the same face on different accounts on the same app. So on YouTube, I have a talking channel because it's like a lot of things I want to say. I want my kids to hear, maybe, or I want my kids, maybe grandchildren, hopefully, to one day look back and know who their dad was. That's a cool reason for me to have that channel, to have a record of myself there. And thinking about growing and going viral, okay, that's cool, but there's a longer play that I would still do it even if I wasn't going viral. So I have like a bunch of videos. I have like over 10 videos, and I'm just yapping for like 30 minutes to an hour about life, about topics that I see on X or TikTok or Instagram. And there's got to be a reason I'm doing this. There's got to be a reason why God has kept me alive for this long. Because before I was 30, I was like, dude, I don't know if God's going to take me before I'm 30 years old. I might die. So let's just kind of like live it out. Live in the moment. You know, FOMO. You only live once. YOLO type attitude before I was 30. And then by the time I was 30, I started to become more risk averse and not take as many chances because I read somewhere or heard somewhere that the longer you live, the more chance you have of dying. So it's like, okay, let's be a little more conservative and not go out as much, not be as crazy with the attitude and just kind of like being careless with my actions, with my self-awareness and all that stuff. And it's like, let's see if I can live until I'm 40. And then once I hit 40, I was like, holy shoot, man. I'm going to be I am closer to 50 than I am than 30. I'm an old guy in this new space. It's an old industry, but it's a new environment. The old went out, the new came in. The new who's here are younger than me, okay? Like, they're not 43 with kids and stuff, right? So it's like, I feel very pressured to succeed before I'm 50, because like, there's like a voice in my head that's like, I don't want to be 50 and still doing this. But it's like, I have to find my way, and I have to make my own way. That's kind of something I've been really adamant and serious about, is like, I have to make my own path. I don't want to follow another person's path in a company that belongs to someone else where I'm not building anything that can outlast my lifespan. I want to build something that I can pass on to my kids, where my kids can still make money from what I'm doing. Like, if I work at a company that I didn't start, like, my kids are not seeing any of that. Like, hello? So, yes, I had to, work as a teacher in different industries, doing different things, cafe, retail, clothing, animation, teaching. I got out of it. Luckily, miraculously, I'm still out of it. I don't know what I'm doing here or how I'm still alive with this equipment, but I think God gave me a reason, and it's like every day I'm trying to find out what that is. And it's like being 42, 43 with kids. It's a very different life, especially when you have like a daughter or a son and a daughter. When I'm not sure how old you are, but like when I had my son, I stopped thinking about my own body. I stopped thinking about my own well-being. Like, am I mentally healthy? Am I okay? I stopped thinking about that, and I started to think about, like, is my son okay? What time my son's coming home from school? Like, I have this amount of time to do this amount of things until my kids come home, and then I have to do this. And then it's like, I'm always thinking about them, which is very difficult, especially when I want to make content. I forgot why I want to make it. I forgot what got me excited about making content. When I got in, I was like, hey, no kids. I'm going to do this. I'm going to become a screen actor. I'm going to be a comedian on stage, and I'm going to be really funny, and the people are going to love me. That's what I was thinking when I started to do social media, is using my YouTube, using my TikTok to be a jumping board to the industries that I want to do. And then it's like, now, do I still want to do those things? Man, I don't know. Speaking of God, allow me to add something else. Yeah, sure. Add whatever you like. But I'm just saying, when you have a kid, everything changes. I mean, when you get married, everything changes. When you have a kid, everything changes. And then when you have a second kid, I don't know what it's like to have two sons, but I do know what it's like to have a daughter and a son. So when my daughter was born, I never looked at a woman the same again. It's like every woman that I've known up to this point, I completely changed the way I see them, because they are, because you get to experience what a woman is like at their infancy. You get to hold them when they're born, and then it's like every woman you meet was like that. Came out of the mother's womb and were very helpless and vulnerable, and you just kind of like want to take care of them. So it's like, yeah, for a guy, yeah, sure, I know what it's like to be a son because I was a son. I was also a little baby, but like I've never been a baby girl. So when I had a daughter, it's like, it's pretty cool. It's different. But I love both of that, right? But hey, I'm going to jump off. It's been great. In Islam, it mentioned that the most beloved people to God are those who are most beneficial to people. This highlights and includes that actions like bringing joy and relieving distress, highly cherished, which you already did to us through your content on the entire internet. Hey! That's awesome. That's a good way to end the stream, man. So, thank you for saying that. God bless. Hope you have a great day. Eat your dinner. Hug your family. And hopefully, I will see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully, I get my butt off of whatever I'm doing and just come back here and press record. So, alright guys. Futeki, anyone else out there, have a good day. Peace!